Welcome. I am a lay Shin Buddhist who nevertheless maintains an interest in the broader realm of Pure Land and Mahayana Buddhist teachings. My YouTube channel is called Akala Akala, that is A-C-A-L-A, A-C-A-L-A. In these podcasts, I make a non-scholarly, humble, and sometimes bumbling attempt to explore a particular topic or question related to the wonderful Buddha Dharma. I hope you find them to be of interest. With that said, let us begin. So, in Article 3 of Reverend Tsuji's Profession of Faith, he says, "We are firmly determined to seek the spirit of Amida's primal vow, which embraces all and forsakes none, which frees us from the world of impermanence and assures our birth into the Pure Land." And then he refers to seeking the path and says, "Realizing the imperfection of this life, we seek the true ideal of the Pure Land, as manifested in the Primal Vow of Amida Buddha. We have often heard of the expression, 'People without ideals perish.' But fortunately, as disciples of Shinran Shonin, we embrace as our ideal the eternal life of Amida. What higher goal can we seek?" So, when he says it embraces all and forsakes none, that to me is very profound. In other words, there are some religions, some spiritual paths where you're good to go if you manifest positive behaviors, pro-social behaviors. And pro-social behaviors are good. There is no doubt about it. But this is a path of pure grace. This is a path, this true Pure Land path, Jodo Shinshu or Shin Buddhism, which embraces all and forsakes none, even the evil person, even the person who has done wrong in a very explicit way, never mind the more subtle kinds of imperfections we have or limitations that we have. And as a matter of fact, there are places within the doctrine, I think it's in the Tani Sho, where the point is made, the primal vow of Dharmakara Bodhisattva was primarily made for the evil person, the person who has total incapacity when it comes to trying to pursue the path of sages, for the person whose karmic baggage is such that they find themselves doing negative, evil things in spite of themselves. For that person, by simply entrusting in the vow of Amida Buddha, they can be assured that they are, and this is the phrase that I love, accepted just as they are. And I put it to my own self when I say, accepted just as I am, just as I am. Now, I haven't done any great evil in my life, but I've done a lot of things that I would prefer not to have done, and I know about all my limitations. And I have a tendency toward perfectionism. I have had that throughout my life. But having this kind of approach where it says, I am accepted just as I am, takes a huge burden off of me, a huge burden, and results in me having access to a source of comfort and relaxation, the source of an antidote to anxiety and worry that is just, all I can do is say Namo Amida Butsu, because all you can do really is express gratitude. And that's what we're doing when we say the Nembutsu. We say Namo Amida Butsu, and that's a way of saying, I am so grateful for Amida having seen my circumstances, my limitations, my inability to follow the path of sages, and has bestowed upon me that gift of Shinjin, that entrusting mind, that sincere mind that Shinran describes so eloquently, that helps me to be relieved of my suffering, of my anxiety, of the demands I make on myself, or I would otherwise make on myself, to have greater knowledge, greater wisdom, greater sort of compassion, greater skill in helping other people, and so on and so forth. So, as Reverend Tsuji says, we want to realize the imperfection of this life. And we want to seek the true ideal of the Pure Land, as manifested in the primal vow of Amida Buddha. His vow gives us the karmic relief, if you will. In other words, him extending his merit to us, nullifying our negative karma, gives us that opportunity to be reborn in that ideal Pure Land where we can either think of ourselves as being in an environment where we are no longer burdened by ignorance and passions, and where we can then make progress quickly along the path of sages on the bodhisattva path toward an ultimate expression of profound vows ourselves of compassion and a desire to help all sentient beings, or we can imagine ourselves as immediately becoming a Buddha and having the option to come back into this world to help suffering beings as a bodhisattva in various transformation bodies, just like Avalokiteshvara Kuan Yin in the 25th chapter of the Lotus Sutra. Please read that chapter if you haven't read it. If you want to learn more about Avalokiteshvara, chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra, chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra, Namo, 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 Kuan Yin, Namo, Kuan Yin, Namo, Kuan Yin. He/she is the regarder of the cries of the world. He/she manifests him/herself in a variety of forms, being in whatever form, manifesting in whatever form a sentient being needs to be saved from whatever calamity they are experiencing, just by thinking about Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Namo Amida Butsu. And keep in mind, Kuan Yin is an emanation from Amida. Kuan Yin is the aspect of Amida embodying infinite compassion to help us suffering beings in this Saha world, this world of dukkha, this world of old age, illness, and death. Again, as Reverend Suchi says, this is a path which frees us from the world of impermanence. It frees us from impermanence and permits us to embrace as our ideal the eternal life of Amida Buddha. What higher goal can we seek? With that, I will sign off by reciting the Nembutsu in gratitude for being embraced and accepted just as I am by Amida Buddha, never, never to be abandoned. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.